Hey guys, welcome back to another Duranie distraction. Oh god, it's so good to have you guys here. I wait, like I've said, I always say, I wait like all week just to connect with you guys. And this week especially, more than ever. I mean, this year has prevented us from hugging our loved ones, from being physically close to people, from really connecting and enjoying our usual habits, all that stuff. And now over here in the Pacific Northwest and just in places that are totally affected by the fires going on, we're now having trouble breathing. So this year, yeah, not so good. But we are here, right here, together, and it just gives me such comfort to connect with you guys. Carol Poland is here. Hey, Carol! Really, this is such a comfort, and we have so much to celebrate, especially the 5th anniversary of Paper Gods, which is just, how could I not honor that? I mean, I've just been swamped with the feels, reading posts and memories, and it's, prompted me with my own. I mean, the Paper Gods album has given me amazing experiences and connections, and just like, oh, Julie's here. Hey, Julie. Anyway, okay, so there's lots of stuff going on in here, and I'm just trying to keep out everything out there, and just really grateful to have you guys here. So welcome to another Duranie distraction. Let's get started. We have lots of stuff to go through. First and foremost, as always, I want to give a little love to myself, and for you guys to give it to yourselves, and to me to just put love out there, because it just feels so important every week. It just feels like the best thing that we can do. So find your center, work on your breathing, just close your eyes and just create a little cocoon of peace for yourself. Because gosh knows we need it. No matter what time it is, there's always time for you to just be kind to yourself. Okay, that's how I see it. So that's what this is about. Little self-affirmation. Breathing in. Okay. I am good enough. I am strong enough. And I will try to stay blind to the fear outside, but not to the hope. Okay, that's my homework. Okay, here we go. Paper Gods album. 5 years ago. That was just, I mean, the tour seemed to just go on like forever. It was just like, wave upon wave of, festivals and cities. And it just gave me so many experiences, going down to Vegas and, connecting with fans like, oh my God, that was just amazing. And then, of course, seeing the band. Anyway, you guys know. I don't need to spell it out for you. So it's just been an incredible album, and celebrating and acknowledging the band. It's just this perfect mix of celebrating and recognizing what was the history and where they've been, but also looking to the future. And Duran Duran just ride that line so beautifully, and nothing encompasses that in my eyes. More than the Paper Gods album. I mean, look at Alex Israel's design, the cover design right here. I mean, all of these icons. It was just, it just really harks to the past, and I just want to celebrate that with you guys, because I love my history with all of you. The stuff that we've shared personally, the stuff we've shared online. Paper Gods album, it's just amazing. So, we're going to start off with one book, and we're going to go right into the Australian recognition, some press from Australia. Duran Duran looked to the future with a little help from Mark Ronson. Love seeing them big. Hey, Fabby! Fabby's here! Hey, Lynette's here too! Love you guys. Pick up your hugs at the door. Okay, so Australia, I love you. This is just, this is so special, you guys. Okay, I'm going to try to keep the feels at bay, but it's all there. So this is from an Australian magazine, the Courier Mail, and it has the band on the front. It says, Old Gods, New Tricks. And it's just, it really, seems to go to the heart of what Duran Duran are about. The reinvention, the brave, soldiering forth into a whole new sonic realm, the way that they're used to. That's their hallmark. They never stand in the same spot more than once. So, anyway, this is just beautiful. Great to see them on the cover. Just remember that was the first press photo I saw, and just the swagger, the look. I mean, the band are just. You can read it in their faces, you know. It's like it's kind of like they're saying, you know, hey, we're here for you guys. This is, you know, here's a new album. We love you, but at the same time, they're just still like new. They're reaching new audiences. Like we are Duran Duran. You know, you will dance. Resistance is futile. I don't know. It's really cool. It's a great mix of familiar, but also really new. Anyway, so here we go, and then we're gonna go to Italy. Lots and lots of recognition. I'm planning for today for Italy. Just an incredible amount of devotion to the band. And hey, Kayla. And you know, here you have the guys here, and just a whole new photo session. I don't know. I'm feeling emotional today. Just, you know, I've been waiting to connect with you guys, and there's just so much happening in the world, and we're just trying to keep it all together, right? Like a cohesive unit. We're doing this. Okay. So the Paper Gods album came out, and everybody might be, you know, divided on the album cover and the icons that were used in Alex Israel's design. But I really enjoyed seeing the band celebrate their past. I always do. That's what the archive is about. That's what I've been about. So I thought it was just really, really cool. And of course, you know, all the posters that came out as part of the Paper Gods tour. I mean, that was awesome. Even in its simplicity, you know, you may have the same, you know, designs on every poster, but it's a new date. And the posters just show the breadth of the tour. They just kept on the stamina of these guys. On the reverse side of that poster, there's a great promotional shot of the band. Just, you know, they've aged so well. I mean, these guys are just, they're timeless, you know? And I'm recognizing just how attached I am to them, how my life has just become so ingrained in, you know, what they do and how they forge their identity. They continue to branch out and explore new ground, and just so proud of them. And I'm just really proud to share it with you guys. So try not to belabor it, but that's what I'm going through right now. A lot of feels. So love you guys. A new album out. Very cool. Janelle Monáe was on it. That was really cool. Here's a little break. This is recognizing Nightwave, the local cover band who also had the offshoot Tiger Tiger, which is all the Duran tribute. They have provided such an escape for local Duranis. I hope all of you somehow make it over here to see them in action. They love celebrating the band. Yeah, back to Paper Gods. There are little differences in these posters. Very cool. Love it. This is printed on a different paper stock right here. So, of course, it's different, right? Yeah. Always the collector trying to. Yeah, and I think the album came out in the same day as the band played Bestival, I think it was. Yeah, that's fantastic. It was just such a 1-2 punch for the fans. And then the band appeared on the Today Show. That was so exciting. Anytime the band get recognition on a major network, like mainstream television, you know, there may be people out there like, oh, you know, there's Duran Duran, haven't seen them in a while, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, Duranis are parked in front of the TV going, yes, we've always been here. We will always be here. You guys will always be here. I love you. You know, it's just such an adrenaline shot of pride to see the band recognized in such a public way. So, that was the band on the Today Show, live on the Plaza. And I was been very fortunate to get this poster from the event. And I remember seeing the broadcast and the fans were going nuts. The hosts of the show were just like, what? I mean, just totally, they could feel it. They could feel the energy that Duranis put out. And if they can feel it, imagine what the band feels, right? Oh, God, I can't wait to do that again. 20th anniversary concert series on today, and they had all kinds of other artists that we know what we were waiting for. And this is a signed version that came out that I was able to get my hands on. It was gifted to me. It was just really beautiful. Beautiful milestone. And yeah, of course, anything signed just carries an adrenaline kick to the heart. Just love it. Love this band. Okay, so we have posters from the tour. And some of these, a lot of these were in my book, Music Between Us, but there's something about having the actual item here, and the best experience, the best is having visitors here, fans here, and they page through a book, and they see the poster for a show they were at. And oh God, it's just the smile on their face. It's amazing. It is amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of bubbling up right now. I look forward to that so much. Teresa's here. Hello, and love to Christine if she's tuning in. I'm sure she's going to tune in. She always tunes in. Love you, sweetie. So yeah, we have Red Rocks, and different posters were released with different icons. And something I hear this all the time about Red Rocks, and just the acoustics are phenomenal. So I do look forward to getting over there. Cindy Moulton and my friends Stephanie Kuwasaki, Stephanie Deal, they're over there. And so many Colorado fans sharing that Rocky Mountain High when they see Duran at Red Rocks. Very cool. Here's two more incarnations. I think they made good use of the icons from the Paper Gauze album. But I will tell you, and maybe the band will see this someday. You guys, when you put yourselves on the album cover, there's an electric charge that just completely elevates every fan. Okay, so I'm hoping that the new album, there might be artwork. I'm sure Nick has his way. There'll be artwork. But put yourselves on the album cover, please, somewhere, somehow, because then there's going to be posters, and so that's my territory. So it's a little selfish want, but it's just I think. When was the last time the band were actually on an album cover? What was that? Astronaut? Yeah. So I know I'm just not going to dwell on it, but it's been a long time. So I think they deserve to be on the cover of everything, including their own album. Party Big Washington. This is when the band came to my town, my stomping ground. That was really amazing. Whenever the band roll into your town, it's like, oh my God, they're coming to me. Really, really cool. Stacy's here. Hey, Stacy. This is a real big treat. September 23rd. And Christine was there, and a whole bunch of my friends over here. Just really, really special to connect with the people that you just care about, and to share a Duran concert. There's friends I have that have never seen how I react at a Duran show, and I've never seen them. So that's a whole nother experience. If your friendship can withstand witnessing your best friend completely losing their mind in front of the band, that just brings two people closer. So I hope to see you how you all react to the band one day. That would be really cool. Life is Beautiful was a fantastic show, music and art festival, September 25th through the 27th, 2015, and Duran were on there. No picture of them, unfortunately, but yeah, that was a beautiful festival. And life is beautiful. There's still plenty of beauty to be found these days. And I wish I could just see all of you. You guys are an example of it. Every time you tune in. Okay, October 3rd, 2015, at the Agua Caliente Casino Resort and Spa. Yeah. Oh, how many of you were there? I've met a lot of friends who actually saw that show. It's a great, beautiful poster with the band's logo behind them. It's kind of hard to see, very subtle. But I heard that was a really good show. They play a lot of these casinos And yes, there are complaints from overseas, and I completely concur that they need to spend a lot more time internationally. But, you know, hey, if they're going to be in the U.S., you know, whoever sees them is going to just be witnessing pure magic. And on the other side, there's more Italian press about the band maturing over the years. Great Josai shot. Love it so much. Oh my gosh. You know, recently Christine and I we watched, we've been watching music videos. We realized that we had access on demand to Duran's old videos, many of the videos, not some of the more obscure ones. Okay, I'll get to this. But I want to share everything with you guys. So we're watching some of the old videos, and I realize, you know, I see something different every single time I see these videos. Example, like when I saw the Sirius video, oh my gosh, it is so packed full of Nick smile moments. Amazing moments. I mean, he is chewing gum in that video, but oh my gosh, it was just like, it kept on, amazing Nick smiles. Oh my God. And also, I look for them in the Do You Believe in Shame video. Amazing Nick smile at the very end when he sees the girl drop her cane. Oh my God. I love seeing him smile. What is wrong with me today? Totally emotional. And then on the Save a Prayer video, when they're walking on the beach, I mean, just the atmosphere was really coming through. I just felt it, just the color of the sky, the empty beach, and Simon walking along the sand. I just wanted to be there. I felt it. It was just like a change of energy, and I need that more than I care to admit. Anyway, it was just really beautiful, and it made me think how many details there are when you see the band over and over and over again. Every set list is different. And nothing came through more than that. Never came through more than on the Paper Gods tour. You know, some people would complain, oh, it's the same set list, whatever, blah blah blah. But I mean, everything. There's something different that happens in every show. The way the band interact with themselves, with each other, with the audience. It's just Duran is all, the devil's in the details, and the heaven is in the general stuff. So you get it all. Anyway, it's just really, it made an impact on me, you know? Just wish I was there watching every video with you guys. That was really fun. Okay, so back to the Paper Gods Tour. This is a publication from The Guide. It's a UK publication. This is right before they played the Echo Arena. Wild Boys, Catherine Jones talks to Duran Duran bass player John. And it's just a couple little bits that I picked out. The question was posed to him, would the 17-year-old John have imagined still being on stage at 55? Was there a long-term plan? And John says, I didn't have a plan. Once I really dug into the idea that I wanted to make it in music, I definitely had a plan in terms of I wanted to play the Liverpool Empire. I wanted to play Wembley. But past that, I had no sense whatsoever, and I thought that was going to take a lot longer than it did. I think people like me that are drawn to pop music are not particularly the kind of people that are making those plans for midlife. But we're knocking on retirement age, and on the one hand, you feel like you're just getting started, but I guess there's a lot of people my age have that feeling. It's like institutions start calling time on you, and you're like, but I'm fit, I'm happy, I'm having a good time. I know my job better than ever. Duran Duran is not an entity that screams old or aging, no matter how much the papers like to, play that up. Oh, the band are still here, older and better, and blah blah blah. The band are just so full of energy and amazing. They're just gonna, There's a little further quote from him. John talks about how he really loves his job, and I want to do the best job I can do, and for us to do the best job means that we continue to make music that does the job that music's supposed to do. We don't know. We might be creatively bankrupt this time next year, but you keep pushing. I guess we still believe in the group. We still believe that we're capable of something extraordinary. And all of that, I completely apply to all of you as well. You know, I mean, we are just trying to manage so much adversity right now, but we're all capable of getting through this. And yeah, the band are going to turn out an amazing new album. It's going to sound different. It's going to sound bold. I mean, life beyond Paper Gods, I can't imagine, right? I'm just so looking forward to it. Anyway, it's really, really cool to hear, you know, how John's take on, you know, getting older and what that means and what it means for himself. Beautiful. Gods of pop are back. Indeed. Okay, a nice Dutch piece right here on Paper Gods era. And, oh, it's a great feature, something for the weekend. This is from The Sun, November 27th, 2015. An exclusive interview. When we walk on stage, people come running. Well, yeah, that's like, you know, if you jump up, you eventually come down. It's exactly the same thing. It's a truth, universal truth. I look forward to the days when we're all running in the streets to catch up to our favorite members and get tickets. Okay, so this interview goes on. The headline is, "The big difference now is that we don't get utterly shit-faced." It's a great, great feature. This is the beginning of this is quite it's quite fun. It starts out in a warehouse, 15 minutes from Heathrow. Duran Duran are tweaking their set for their new UK tour. Lasers, lights, sound, and song lists are being studied, while the four, Simon Le Bon, John Taylor, Nick Rhodes, and Roger Taylor, I read their whole names because I just love saying their names, they meander in and out of the production room, wardrobe and catering, high-fiving their crew. As Le Bon tucks into a burger, I ask about the band's renaissance following their 14th studio album, Paper Gods. And Simon says, "It's been a great year for us, and a lot of that is because we're a good live band." Yeah! We are not intimidated by other acts, and when we walk on stage, people come running, because if there's one word out there, it's that we are good live. That's what happens when you do something for a long time. It's a simple equation. I do take issue with the word good. It seems woefully inadequate. So just, you know, note to self, Simon, kind of maybe consult a thesaurus, go for amazing, dazzling, extraordinary, ridiculously spectacular. Go with that, something like that. And then, it talks about the fans. When Simon, 57, arrives on his 1997 Yamaha XT500 motorbike, that's specific, a gaggle of fans, all in their 40s and 50s, are waiting. They are thrilled when their idol stops for selfies, even though he poses, still wearing his crash helmet. He later tells me, "That lot has been following us for years. There's a group of fans we see all over the place, and they're nice and friendly, and we always talk to them." That's so sweet. I love it. The band taking the time to talk to fans, sign selfies, or take selfies and sign. Can't speak as usual. Just beautiful. And then Simon goes on to talk about how music has a power. He says music has a power to unite people. Good songs, like Duran songs, do that. And watching Duran run through their 83 number 2 hit, Wild Boys, I believe that would actually be 1985, right? Or 94. I'm going to get it wrong. I ask why Duran Duran remains such a live force still today. And Simon responds, "A Duran show is a real party atmosphere. We've got some amazing singers and dancers who can really shake it." Yeah, they do that. We've got incredible visuals, and in terms of the set list, we've got a really juicy repertoire to pick from. There are some contentious issues, like do we play Save a Prayer, or do we play the Reflex? Yes, play the Reflex. Pick both. One of those we are playing, and one of those we are not playing. Obviously, there are songs like Rio that you can't not play, because it's synonymous with a certain time, feeling, and a party vibe. And Nick says, "We're without a doubt a better band, both in the studio and on the stage. It's unfair to say the shows weren't super exciting and important in the past, but it certainly was a little crazier than it is now, and technology changes so much." Simon goes on to say, now, and this is really kind of interesting, just kind of comparing the way they were and what they are now. Totally different live experience. Simon talks about, now we all have in-ear monitors. Simon used to not be able to hear himself sing between all the screaming and volume. That's from Nick. And Simon writes, "I'd say we were good and we were exciting, but the range wasn't there. For me, it's about being able to sing in tune for 2 hours without blowing my voice out shouting. Back then, I was competing with a guitarist playing his sound so loud, and that's not blaming Andy or Warren. Dom, who is with us now, also plays loud, but technology has made things better. When I look back now at the 80s, we were not even scratching the surface of our abilities to entertain." You know, the band's performance has definitely been refined, but there's something about the raw, right? Watching the Reflex video, seeing, you know, what happens in Sing Blue Silver. There's something about that. I know the band want to, you know, sound good and perfect their performance, but I'm all about the raw, crazy power of classic Duran Duran. And you still get it. It's just more refined now. You know, Duran can hear themselves play. But that just means we have to scream louder, right? Okay, really cool. Okay, the Gila River Arena, fantastic show. Got the saxophone icon. That's something you don't see often. And then a magazine cover where Simon's on the front. Good shot of him. Love that. Love that jacket. Love the jacket. Oh my gosh, this is just Paper Gods Tour, baby. And Lollapalooza, Brazil. You know, this is one of those visuals. You know, I talk about it all the time, it seems. There's the for the lineup. The visuals, whether it's Argentina or Brazil, seeing thousands and thousands of fans all together, just rallying, you know, around one band and just making it very clear how they feel. And just imagine just all that energy coming at you, being on stage with all that. I really hope I can be a part of that someday. It's going to require some air travel, definitely. So here's a publication from Houston, Houston Music News, and it talks about the new album. It doesn't have a whole lot new to offer, just talks about the band's history and, you know, where they've been and where they are now. Standard, typical stuff. Nothing groundbreaking yet. Who's here? Is that Ishak? Yes, hello! And someday I'm going to need to figure out how to pronounce your name. So, good to see you here. Okay, so, then we have some Brazilian press. Oh, Brazil. Love that. They love this band. Brazilian fans are just amazing. And the energy here, just contained within one photo. I mean, Brando knows how difficult it is and how fun it is to capture it. The band put on such a light show. So this is a really, really fun photo of the band on stage. Oh, man. I look forward to getting back there and seeing it for myself. Is that David Bielski Jr.? Hello, David! Good to see you here. Fantastic. Okay, more Brazilian from Sao Paulo. This is part of a festival, Lollapalooza. It's a great shot of Simon, John, and Dom on stage. And John has his hand up to his ear. It's like, oh, I can't hear you. And remember, he used to do that with Girls on Film. And they would race from one side of the stage to the other. It's like, I can't hear you. And everybody over here. Girls on Film. It's amazing. I love it. I'm trying to get that up close a little bit. There we go. Beautiful. They extended the chorus for Girls on Film, and they'd race from one side and race to the other. Now all the guys, now all the girls. Oh my God! I love it, love it. Okay, so here we have an internet pre-sale poster from April 5th when they were about to play the Hard Rock. Oh my God, they love the Hard Rock casinos. April 5th. Just how exciting is it when you see in Hollywood, Florida? When you see a Duran poster, it's like you know what it represents. You know what's coming. It's just, oh man, it's just so cool. And then, of course, whenever we enter the venue, we all have to take pictures with the poster. Oh my God, I love that. There's so many out there, and they're just really, really beautiful people who are Duranis, you know, and the pictures show it. This is a terrific feature on the Electric Picnic Festival. Le Bon Voyage, and it says the Electric Oldies Duran Duran wrap up retro picnic in style. Really? You just have to work in the term oldies? Do you feel better about yourself doing that? Okay, just, you know, maybe refrain from that. But yes, they've been around for years, and music history is better off for it. Okay? Say it like that, at least. They've influenced artists to come, and they have made their mark in history. They are veterans, yes, but not oldies. Jeez. Okay. Great poster from the Blaisdell Center. I don't know how many of you might have seen that show. Just fantastic. And then back to Italy. Il Gazzettino, Treviso, from Treviso. The Home Festival, I believe. There's a little bit of Duran there. And, you know, I'm so grateful, of course, for all the fans helping me track down the press. You know, there's a lot of fans who have, they end up surprised by how, you know, few shows, relatively speaking, how few shows I've seen. And I'm just like, hey, I stay behind and I track down the press. One person who's been particularly helpful with the press in Italy has been Susanna Grobner. I've got to give a huge shout out and lots of love to her. And actually, this is kind of fun. She helped me find a poster related to this show in Treviso. But in the process of making the inquiries in the venue and the promoter, she was invited to actually speak to an audience and about obtaining this poster and actually where it's going to go. So I became kind of part of the story as well as her, she did. That was really, really fun. There's a little picture of Susanna with the poster that she sent to me. So just really, really good support, amazing friends. Trying to capture and celebrate the band's presence whenever a new tour happens. I remember speaking with John Taylor once, and we're talking about going on tour, I was talking about him going on tour, and you know, I kind of laughed and I said, you know, when you guys get ready for a tour, I have to get ready right along with you. I got to track down all the press, and had a good laugh over that. And then he promptly filed a restraining order and left the room. No, I'm kidding. This is another poster. I've visited this before. A terrific stage production from Lynn Ferguson, Life, Death, and Duran Duran. Really, really fun. Okay, so La Tribuna in Treviso. Another great shot of Simon, arms outstretched in typical fashion. I love it when he does that. Whenever he does that, it just feels like he encompasses the entire stadium. Love it. Beautiful. Whenever the band is on the front page of a newspaper, it's a good day. It's a good day. And then, of course, you open it up and, oh, guys, this huge spread. And you have pictures of fans. You have pictures of the band. Oh, I do wish I could read all this. So, but yeah, the pictures, as typical fashion, they speak loudest. Just love this. Thank you again, Susanna. And Salvo has helped in the past, and Christian. D'Antonio. Oh, great Italian peeps. Okay, so then we're back to the U.S. Vegas, they're one of their favorite stops. Live in Vegas at the Chelsea. This is the band playing on New Year's Eve weekend, December 30th, which is Christine's birthday. Really fun. Look at that. See that okay? Good roster. But really, there's only one that kind of shines out there. I mean, Foo Fighters, awesome. Dave Grohl has done some really fun tributes to the band on that show. Yeah, he was in the audience, I believe, on the upper deck. Okay. And yeah, and Zach Brown band, but it's Duran Duran, right? Oh, God, in Vegas. I don't know. You know, the question always remains, like, are they ever going to do a residency? And I don't know. I mean, you know, it's like that would be amazing for them, but I don't know if you can actually keep Duran Duran in one spot for very long. I think that probably wouldn't really fit with John and Nick's vision. They're just always the man in motion, right? Men in motion. Then there was a private yacht concert that happened. That was covered in a magazine. The Ferretti Group private concert from the Ferretti Group. Definitely have to have money for this, but it's an extraordinary bunch of pictures. And you definitely, I definitely would. I'm sure my invitation got lost in the mail for this, but beautiful private show. Just they tied all the, no, not quite tied all the yachts together, but they had a makeshift platform, and the band performed, and people could watch from the comfort of the yachts. Some like it yacht, I tell you. Okay. Daily Mirror in the UK, Friday, July 13th, 2018. Let's see. Oh, there's coverage of some things that we're going to gloss over. Okay, so none of this. Yeah. In 60 Seconds with Simon Le Bon. There we go. The Rio singer, 59 years old, on turning 40, wearing sweaty headbands, and rediscovering Lou Reed. That's a good shot. Lots and lots of press. But, you know, in great, amazing style, Duran Duran's, the tour just kept on going on and on and on. They played the Sonar Festival. This was from, let's see, yeah, June 2015. Just love this. Look at that. Oh, great shot of Simon on stage. It's an amazing festival. Suzanne is here. Hey, Suzanne. Hey. Okay. So then there's another. This is from Brazil? I think so. Yeah, there's another feature here, and then a poster from the Gibraltar Music Festival, September 5th and 6th. So they it just kept on going, and the tour itinerary kept growing, and you know that's so what I look forward to. And here's a little explanation of who's going to rock Gibraltar. And of course, it's like, is there anyone else besides Duran Duran? That's what you focus on. But yeah, you got Kaiser Chiefs, you got Madness. Madness was playing Kings of Leon. Very cool. And Festival. This is when the album came out. Over 25 stages. Duran Duran are in there. At least Duran Duran's on the top line, right? Really cool. Beautiful. I know how fond they are of festivals, always reaching new ears. They love to do that. Okay, now this is fun. Oh, this is just so fun. Birmingham Mail. Hometown, baby. Something special like nothing else. December 5th, 2015. Homecoming is best gig on planet Earth. Duran Duran, wow, Brum fans. Oh, I love it. Love it. So this is what it looks like. I'll try to relay some of the energy for you. Love the pictures. Okay, what does it say? This is by Conrad Cox at the Genting Arena. If it ain't broke, then don't fix it. Duran Duran's homecoming was just what the doctor might have ordered. A trip back in time. Once the new romantic darlings of the Rum Runner Night Spot, they're middle-aged men now, but it seemed for a while as if they'd rolled back the years. After a fine support set by Seal, it was time for a barrage of strobes, dry ice creeping about the stage, the rumble of thunder. These were the trappings of a distant Duran era. Oh, I love this. So too was the screaming. They still scream at John Taylor. One Direction should be so lucky if they survive the ravages of time. And that set list, Simon, John, Nick, and Roger were back in Brahmin loving it. It's the greatest crowd and we are your band, they roared. They roared. Oh, I love this planet roaring, baby. Help was on hand from guitarist Don Brown, Simon Willscroft, and mini-skirted singers Jesse Wagner and Annie Ross. Annie Ross. Most of the hits were here, pretty much all the fan favorites. They played, Wild Boys, Hungry Like the Wolf. They just kept coming. Ordinary World remains an underrated show stealer. And for the end of the show, there was pause for thought. You could hear a pin drop during Save a Prayer, which is to be recorded by the Eagles of Death Metal in aid of charity after the Paris massacre during their gig. What to finish with but Rio, the pop song turned party anthem? How do they manage to keep going at this high standard? Is there something we should know? Yeah, Duran are the best band on the planet, and they have the best fans on the planet. That's the truth, baby. Okay, just so you know, now you know. Okay, then we have another coverage here, Rio with Brio. This is from the UK, when they played Bournemouth, the Bournemouth Echo. Duran wow audience at the BIC. Oh, this is so cool. The BIC may be one of the smaller arenas that they have played, but Duran brought a big show to town on Wednesday night. Opening the set with Paper Gods, the title track from their latest album, they immediately had the all-seated venue. Some of these are weird phrasing here. Okay. They immediately had the all-seated venue on their feet, where the majority of the crowd stayed for the rest of the evening. From brand new, the band switched to 80s crowd pleasers that just increased the levels of excitement in the crowd, who were by now dancing and singing along to every word. A few newer tracks from Paper Gods followed, but were received nearly as well as the old hits. And by now it was obvious that the band had pitched the set list with just the right amount of new and old material to please just about everyone. Add to this the onstage graphics, light shows, smoke, and confetti cannons. Woo! Oh, that's great, which were perfectly managed to enhance the show, and you could see why Duran Duran have been around for over 35 years and are still selling out arenas and headlining festivals around the world. Oh my gosh, that's so fantastic. The band promised a big crowd-pleasing show, and as my friend Charlie, a longtime Duran Duran fan, said, they did not disappoint. That's something that they do not do. Rio with Brio. Love this. It's fantastic. And there's a little other article about Simon and Hazel O'Connor. But we are focusing on Paper Gods today. Just amazing. Amazing. Playing Brum. How cool would that be? Oh, and then we go to the Chronicle. What's on in the UK? This is from when the band played the Metro Radio Arena. Oh my gosh, I'm just feeling it. The Northeast faithful defied the high winds and extreme weather they defied the high winds and extreme weather to beat a path to the Metro Radio Arena doors to see a band that perhaps epitomizes the 80s. Duran Duran were at the arena last night, and thousands came to see them in their splendor. Opening with Paper Gods, from their 14th and latest album, immediately the crowds were standing and cheering to see the enigmatic foursome. Straight into Wild Boys, the audience erupted. You know, it takes up only a band like Duran Duran to have an audience describe as erupted. Like each of us are a mini volcano. And we are, okay? We lava our band. We lava them. Okay, moving on quickly. Simon, who has definitely been in a deep freeze, what the hell's that about? Strutted his stuff in his white jeans and black and white leather jacket and cut a fine figure as he belted out one of the most memorable songs in their impressive back catalog. Oh, and the audience, mainly 40 and 50-somethings like me, did their best ever, mom dancing, and shrieked along with him. The fun continued with Hungry. Oh, that's so cool. For 2 hours, we were transported back in time and revisited top 10 hits, one after another. We had a brilliant finale of Rio in Save a Prayer, and everyone was asked to switch on the camera phone lights in memory of those killed in the atrocity in the Paris massacre. Duran just know how to respond to those things. It's remarkable. At the end of the set, the band gathered at the front for a standing ovation as John paid homage to his former band member Andy Taylor from Color Coats, and another roar went up. They are complete showmen, and it was a magnificent night. Wow, John paid homage to Andy. Wow, I don't know if I knew that. That's really cool. Just exquisite. Class acts all the way. Oh my gosh. Just beautiful. And so we have a poster from the St. Augustine Amphitheater in Florida. And, here's another write-up here in the Mohegan, let's see, what is this? Concert Review when they're playing in Connecticut. Yes, at the Mohegan Sun Arena. It's not a whole lot to look at, but there's a little write-up there. And then, look at this. Just beautiful. March 30th, St. Augustine Amphitheater. And I thought, since we have the poster, here's the poster right here. Love the poster. I thought I would just read a little bit, revisit something from my book where we have a memory from Nanette Cowgill, who actually saw that show. St. Augustine gave me an unforgettable night with Duran Duran, a ride that exhausted my heart. This was my first Duran concert since my husband Eric passed away last Christmas Eve. I found myself hearing Ordinary World with fresh ears, the weight of the lyrics bearing down on me. Every word means so much more now, unlocking some of the most precious moments Eric and I shared. I watched Simon sing through my tears, the crowd melting away, until it was only Simon in that amphitheater, serenading me with words about surviving in a life I no longer recognize. I remember taking a few deep breaths, finding the voice to sing along with him and my fellow Duranis. Suddenly I felt comforted by the people around me and hopeful for facing the future with a little help from Duran Duran. Oh, that was from Nanette Cowgill, who was there at the show. Very, very sad that her husband passed away. And just beautiful that Duran could help her kind of with that healing process. Joanna Heyman in Lake Worth, Florida, saw the Bayfront Park show. This one right here, and got the mouth on there. Joanna writes, when I saw the band on Miami, the excitement felt somehow different from other shows I've seen. Perhaps it was due to how much Duran have been in the headlines recently, as the guys I've loved for years are finally getting such awesome press. I couldn't wait to see the magic for myself. When the lights went out and the band appeared, my inner 16-year-old came out, screaming at the top of my lungs and dancing like no one was watching. not a care in the world. Simon, John, Nick, and Roger put me into a zone that is hard to explain. It was a natural emotional high, sharing an unspoken connection with so many others, an experience I've only had at a Duran Duran show. After 30 plus years, that night in Miami proved how the Duran high will never be too far away, and my heart will patiently wait to soar again. God, I share that, Joanna. I so share that. That's beautiful. And then we have the Bayfront Park Amphitheater here, and Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater. They did a lot in Florida. Absolutely. And then the Verizon Center. Oh, look at that, with the rocket ship taking off. That is so Duran. I was watching the Burning the Ground video. That's an amazing video. God, that put me on the floor. It was just amazing. And the Verizon Center here, there's another incarnation here with a different icon. And here we have the champagne glass, the Tiger, Phillips Arena in Atlanta, April 15th. They just keep going. How many of you were there at that show? Jennifer Chow is here. Hey! Okay, so there's a review from The Observer, April 15, 2016. Forget the nostalgia, Duran Duran still a vital musical entity. Finally, a headline that just hits the power station. Okay, I know, and at the PNC Music Pavilion, there's Duran here. Band, you see that? A part of a huge roster of shows. It's an amazing tour, an amazing album, and hearing those songs live, what they did the last night in the city, amazing. I could just feel, there's the visuals on stage, but part of the experience is just being in the audience with, all of you, my fellow fans. It's just feeling it all together. It's a cohesive magic. 2016 at the Sunfest, they played that, where music meets the waterfront. And then the Common People. Oh, this is so cool. And there was one I wanted to end on. This is a show there's a memory that is associated with a young woman who saw the Common People show in Oxford. This is Katie Archbell, John Archbell's daughter. And she just had really something very profound to say about seeing the band at this show. My name is Katie. I'm 14 years old, and my dad, John, is a Duranie. I didn't know at first, but I was born into his obsession. I have early memories of listening to Duran at home, in the car, and even seeing the band at the O2 in 2011. But I really wasn't old enough to appreciate the event. The Common People Festival was the first time I realized the effect that Duran's music has on people other than my family. When the band came on, the whole crowd were on their feet going wild, like nothing I'd ever seen. I don't think I've ever felt such a bond with my dad, both of us dancing in the VIP area and him singing louder than I've ever heard. I also never realized what effect Duran's music had on me. I stood up in front of my dad without a care in the world, dancing, singing, and having a great time. It was heartwarming seeing people raise lighters or mobile phones when Save a Prayer was played in tribute to Prince. I held mine up for my nan, who passed away in 2013, gone but never forgotten. I'll never forget that night, shared with my dad, discovering how much I loved the band's music. My first perfect Duran Duran concert. And that's from Katie Archbell. That is beautiful. There is nothing quite like a child experiencing a Duran Duran show, an experience with their parent. It's just beautiful. So glad you enjoyed that, Katie. So that poster's for you right there, and for you, John. Anyway, this has been quite an emotional broadcast, and I'm so glad you guys were a part of it. Thank you, crazy, for joining me. I'm just, the world is continuing to change, but some things just never never change at all. Some things always stay the same, and that is the mad pride and respect and love I have for you guys, and the hope that we're all going to come through this, and we're going to be stronger, although we never asked to be this strong, but we're going to do it, and we're going to do it together. So we're here. So glad you're with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please stay safe, be kind, and leave a light on. I love you guys.